Nicole Culver. Education is the key to justice. Without it, injustice is inevitable. As African Americans in this country, we are constantly being targeted for racial discrimination and injustice in the judicial system. But if we educate ourselves and the people around us, we can prevent cases like the Genesis and Janarlo Wilson from happening again. We must educate ourselves on the law. I believe that if we know the law, we can't be unfairly treated, and we will try harder not to break it. We must educate ourselves on racism in its many different forms. We must also know how to deal with racism rationally and non-violently. We have to engage in the news and know what's going on in our Black communities so that if something happens to us, we'll be able to act accordingly. Lastly, we must educate ourselves on who we are voting in office. Engage in research on these potential judges and find out what they believe in and what they represent. I feel that if we do these things as a whole, there will be no more injustice for Black people in America.
Hello, I am Cherie Green, a junior at Clark Atlanta University. Black people are known for finding creative ways to beat the system. From a historical viewpoint, there was Harriet Tubman, who created the Underground Railroad to beat the system of slavery. Some of us have been known to be masterminds at bootlegging CDs, DVDs, and movies, also we can get the same product at the cheaper price, therefore beating the system. Now it is time to turn that negative aspect into a positive one. We need to get more Black faces in the criminal justice system, i.e. lawyers or judges. Young people, it starts with us. High school students, you are the foundation upon which this ideology will be built upon, because soon you will be graduating and going into college. Major in criminal justice. Learn the law. Learn your rights. College grads, go to law school or get master's degrees in something that will positively influence the Black race. We need more Black faces in courtrooms other than just being prosecuted or security. The best way to beat the system is to stay educated. Black people, let's come together and become one mind and one sound so that we may stand against racial and social injustices like those portrayed in the Genesis. United we stand, divided we fall applies to us too.
Hello, my name is Erica Lawrence, and I'm a junior at Clark Atlanta University. The November 2nd Blackout event attempted to acknowledge to the nation that African Americans have a voice in society. Some view the blackout as a simple boycott, yet the purpose was to illustrate to the nation that African Americans are fighting against the ongoing battle of racial injustices. In order to keep fueling the fight against racial injustices, African Americans must be proactive people in order to be powerful people. One way to recognize this injustice to the nation, African Americans should implement a letter writing campaign to various media outlets. By writing letters to these media outlets, African Americans can voice their thoughts and opinions about racial injustices. But also, the proactive spirit of the African American community could speak volumes over the airwaves. Many organizations have been fighting against racial injustices for many years, yet this movement can be far more powerful with more dedication and motivation from the African American community. So I challenge you to put your pen where your mouth is. Fight against racial injustices. Words are powerful, but your actions are unforgettable.
A people without a voice cannot be heard. We as African Americans have sat by long enough and watched injustices such as Janarlo Wilson and the Genesis be committed against us. And because we have sat by without saying or doing anything, we as a people have silenced ourselves. It is time now that we raise our voice and be heard. If we begin to speak up and demand justice be served and served correctly, then and only then will we unveil the corrupt society in which we live. Join the African American communities all over the alternative media that covers the lost facts. Be about your business and raise your voice and be heard.
My name is Sierra Henderson. I'm a journalism major at Clark Atlanta University, a junior. And I think we need to have a dialogue about race again. With all the celebrities that we have in the media using derogatory slurs, I think we should know by now that being PC is kind of putting a small bandage on a large wound that's still weeping. And I think the Genesis case taught us that we need to legislate against even symbolic forms of race hate. And we need to educate school children about racial sensitivity. We need to have safeguards to prevent discrimination in our public institutions. And we need to have a presence in the media to prevent us from being vilified.